welcome to another episode of Safe Space Podcast by ISIM Global. As you all know, my name is Vikonlua Adio and I'm your host. And here with me is my colleague,
Uchechi Okuku.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so as you all know that we always have honest conversations about rights, dignity, and then different issues that affect people that is not even often talked about. Today we're going to be having a very interesting conversation that's related to the Menstrual Awareness Month. And like we've been doing so far in the previous episodes. And today we're going to be talking about how menstruation impacts productivity in school and at our different workplace. Just for a bit of facts and background data, according to UNICEF, about 23% of adolescent girls in Nigeria have missed school because of menstruation related challenges, while many others struggle to stay focused or fully participate because of inadequate facility, lack of menstrual products, and face of embarrassment. So today we're going to be talking about these issues because it goes beyond the classroom, it goes beyond the workspace. A lot of people struggle silently, a lot of women struggle silently. So today we're going to be facing that. So we're going to be going on to the first question because according to UNICEF report, many girls and women still struggle to manage their periods comfortably because of pain, because of shame, because of oh my god, because of self-awareness, too much awareness, right? So I want you to tell us realistically how period affects women attendance, concentration, and productivity in both school and work.
Okay, thank you so much for having me here today. So I'm going to be speaking from personal experience, right? For example, when I was in secondary school, I was always so ashamed to speak about my periods, even though I had the most excruciating periods ever. And also, my school never treated period as something we should take a leave or a break for, right? So they always saw it as an excuse. If you tell your teacher, I'm having menstrual pain, I want to go to the clinic, they'll ask you to sit on your chair, you're not going anywhere. That's a very flimsy excuse,
Oh
blah blah blah.
wow.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. And also in the workplace, tell your supervisor that you're sick, you're having period pain, they'll say, are you the first woman to menstruate? So things like this, it affects women's productivity. The pain, the nausea, vomiting, headaches. There are lots of symptoms that women face during their periods, and companies and schools they need to do better. The management needs to do better in listening to women's complaints and their health issues.
Okay, so like just to chip in to what you
Yeah.
said, I remember a time like that. It was a female it was more female than male in the workspace. So it got to a time that everybody was always, oh, I'm on my period. Oh, I'm on my period.
Oh, as an
And it
excuse.
was not an excuse. It
Okay.
was actually real. But we were all females. And you know, there's this thing of collective period coming at once
Yeah.
for a lot of people. So, and then we had a female boss. And then she just went and she said, you people are always on your period. Like, is it? And in my mind, I'm like, are you
Yeah.
lacking context, right? So we know that beyond physical discomfort that women face during their periods, right? They face stigma, they face embarrassment, and there's also like not enough facilities, right? So now, how can we create a friendly menstrual environment, or let's say a menstrual friendly environment for women in schools and in their workplace?
Okay, so I think for one, organizations need to provide period products like pads, tampons in their toilets, just the way they provide toilet papers and hand wash soap.
Yeah.
They also need to provide pads and tampons to make the environments conducive for their female staff, and also provide a remote work life for women on their periods. So, for instance, women on their periods get 3 days work from home or 4 days, however, the company wants to place their policy. And also for schools, they should try to listen to children. They should not always see people complain about periods as an excuse. It's not always like that. Some people actually suffer serious period
Like period,
stigmatization.
stigmatization, and
Yeah.
all of that.
Most times they even tend to get shy to talk about it in the classroom that I'm having my period, can I have the day off? So I think it should be normalized in society, in workplaces, in schools, and should not be seen as an excuse
And
to avoid
yeah,
work.
another thing that I think can work, just to add to that, is, so for instance, in a workplace, a person can be and can have like few moments away from work to at least relax, because
Yeah,
sometimes it might just be mild pain, it might not be
yeah,
something serious.
yeah.
So maybe there's relaxation, there are relaxation spots and all of
Around the
that
office.
around the office.
Yeah,
So it doesn't even have to be the day off, right? Or
exactly.
maybe
Just
lesser
some
task
hours.
to
Yeah,
accommodate the entire feeling that women can feel. And a lot of people don't even know that there's something we call PMS.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It goes
Premenstrual. Yeah,
pre and post, right?
yeah.
So which means the body is undergoing a lot of changes, and then women still have to come to work. Women still have to,
Still have to
girls
act
still have to go
normal.
to school.
Yeah,
Their hormones are really acting up and all of that.
it's
Okay, so
difficult.
I wanted to even mention that a lot of women experience different changes.
Yeah,
There are even women that do not even know when they're on their periods. For
yeah.
instance, people who are under the category of PCOS, that has just been named PMOS, which
PMS,
is
yes.
polyendocrine metabolic
Ovarian symptom.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much. Yes, that was, it was newly named that,
about last month or
PCOS.
so.
Yes. So a lot of people do not even know the symptoms of PCOS,
Yeah.
right? So how do you think that we can create an environment where there is so much knowledge, where it is even friendlier, even in schools and workplaces?
Yeah, so workplace settings, I think organizations need to prioritize women's health by adding a visit to the gynecologist on under their HMO
Mm,
services, right?
okay.
So a lot of women don't even know what they are dealing with. They don't know if it's PCOS, they don't know if it's fibroids in their ovaries, and they don't know if it's what's that called? Endometriosis,
Okay.
right? I think companies need to add the gynecologist visits to their HMO plans and also place free tampons and pads in their restrooms, just the same way they have tissues and hand wash soaps. There should be free pads and free tampons in their restrooms. So they create a period friendly environment for their female staff.
Yeah.
And also in secondary schools, there should also be gynecologists available to help the female students.
Or I mean, accessible
Accessible
healthcare
healthcare,
workers that
exactly.
are knowledgeable.
Painkillers. Yeah,
Yes.
they don't give my
Mm-hmm.
secondary school, they don't give students painkillers. When
Why?
you complain of menstrual pain, they'll just tell you take paracetamol and go.
But then paracetamol is a painkiller, though.
Mm, but at the
Mm.
level of menstrual pain, does it do anything?
For some people, it works.
Has never worked for me. So
Okay, I can understand that.
yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing such valuable insights, right? Just to conclude, is there any other thing you would like us to know regarding um menstrual hygiene and menstrual pain or menstrual period in itself as a whole?
Yeah, so to top off the discussions that we've had today, I just want to say that periods are normal, but period pain is not normal. So if you experience pain on your periods every month, you need to see the gynecologist.
Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us today for another session. If you have any questions, please drop in the comment section. Please like, share, and continue to talk about these topics in your schools, in your workplace. Thank you again for joining. See you guys next week. I want you to like, comment, and share, and make sure you subscribe to our page. I'm your host again, Ibukonlua Adio. Thank you very much.